and it's smoky.
Committee meeting for 2015 to 2026. I have no announcements. Consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes for the last meeting?
So moved.
I'll second. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Item 3B in the consent agenda, R072026, resolution authorizing the common city council to transfer funds. Again, transferring from one big GO account to another.
Together, predominantly capital items like we've talked about in the past. So budget and professional services. We have come and said it meets the definition of capital. So that's what two of them are. And the other one is just a desire related to some compensation. So identified some funds and it's pretty minor on that, like 2,000.
Any questions for Lisa on that particular item? Again, just moving from one GO account to another. Do you have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Sid. Do I have a second? Bill, you want to second that for me, please?
I'll second it.
Thank you very much. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you. Passes for recommendation for the council meeting. We have no resolutions, no ordinances. Any unfinished or new business?
So we're gonna walk through two different things. I'm gonna hit the budget timeline first and then I'll turn it over to Elliot on some other updates, but let me bring up my.
I do have one question on that report that you sent us real quick, and I'll just if you could let me know, if I recall, on the community center, there's a sponsorship of -$67,000.
That is a cut that goes to the superlative group as part of their deal for helping obtain the sponsorship revenue.
So it's a commission.
So it's a commission, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Just,
yeah.
I saw it, I was like,
It's a really bad sponsorship deal.
yeah, I was like.
So it came in, I think, in February, and then I think in March, we hit the payout. So I just, in the interest of trying to truly get true sponsorship revenue, I netted them together. But that's,
Just, when I see that, I just have to ask that question.
yes, and I knew exactly what you were talking about, which is 1,000%.
Thank you.
No problem. So kind of walk you through, we're getting close. Obviously, we didn't have a kind of actionable items, but I wanted to kind of get through and talk about the budget timeline. So really what is coming up is we're really not going to have anything really solid on terms of revenue kind of till about mid-August. We're going to start talking to departments and start going through a lot of that process and kind of getting everything ready. But the real good numbers that we need, such as AV, so we can estimate property tax, and LIP, don't come in till late. So what we have tentatively slated was to do the week of August 24th through the 28th, kind of that high level budget discussion that we've done in the past. The plan was to have Mike Reuter, our consultant, come in again and kind of walk everybody through that week of the 24th through the 28th. Only date that's off the calendar was the 26th. Mike had a conflict that day, but any other time that week. And then after that, flip to the high level, the departmental budget meetings that we've done in the past, to do that. And then that gets us ready for what would be the September city council meeting, with the anticipated timeline of that being kind of the budget presentation and public hearing. We would still have another September 16th regular finance committee meeting. And then if we needed, could have additional budget discussion. But that's kind of the tentative timeline that we've laid out. Questions, concerns, more meetings needed, kind of just general feeling from this group, what we're thinking.
Question. So it says August 24th through the 28th. Do we have a set date yet? Or
No, that was really based on, that's really more everybody's availability. I had just slated sometime that week. I think that would probably be the best time to do that meeting. And then the next week do the departmental. it's open to whatever you guys want to do. I just, from a cadence factor, had put that from a perspective of that kind of timeline. So that these are, I mean, the only real hard date is September council meeting and then a published notice for the hearing. And I would like to have you guys had time to adjust before I advertise that budget so that like, I'm not like having the meeting and then the next day I advertise the budget. I think that's kind of a disservice to you guys to do that. So that's kind of where these dates are based off of. But again, these are starting points of everything. So
Typically, when we have department heads in to talk about their business hours.
yes, so we
so
usually
they're not taking time away from their family.
yes, so we usually have done those kind of sometimes in the morning, usually 8:30 start and roll those. Yeah. So
Between now and then, the budget has been open in Munis, our
Yes.
software system, for the past several weeks. We've closed it
Yeah.
from entry. Lisa and her team have started to consolidate and do some internal controller work. And then tomorrow, we kick off with 4 of our departments
Yeah.
tomorrow, where we sit down for about an hour each and really kind of walk through and explain what their needs are, what their wants are. So we take several cracks at this before we sit down with you guys and start to show you anticipated expenses or asks for the upcoming year. So we'll continue to work
Yeah.
full time on this between now and August 24th and 28th. We sit down with you guys for the first of several meetings.
And certainly, all council members are welcome
yes,
at
yeah.
these meetings as well, and encourage you to show up if you want to ask some questions to various department heads or anything about the budget as we go through this process. This is very typical cadence of what we've done in prior years,
Yeah.
so nothing new here.
Nothing new, just kind of, like I said, wanted to get this in front of you, get you guys thinking. Obviously, like everybody has different schedules, so I can send out just an email to everybody to say, this is kind of on the 20, like, if we want to do a consensus now, or if I can send out an email and ask people for best times, whatever you guys would like to do on those. You guys tell us for the department meeting, you guys tell us the day that works, and then we'll make sure we have the appropriate people here in the room. So we'll make that happen. We just need to know the appropriate date and time that we want to.
But
Have
also,
those
let's get dates out there now, so we
Yes.
can lock it down.
Yes, yeah, that was kind of, and that's why I know you guys have a lot on your schedules too, so to kind of put everything together, that's why I wanted to make sure we met today to kind of walk this stuff through. So, yep. So I can follow up after tomorrow with just a email on those, and then we can start to work on those. So happy to answer any other questions about budget process on that. But
Any questions? Bill, do you have any questions?
No, thank you. I'm sorry. I was on mute.
The only other topic we have is an update on the field house. It's not finalized, but want to be transparent and communicate with the finance committee on the numbers side of it. So we believe now that probably the high water mark annual expense on the field house is probably $4.5 million. We're still finalizing a guaranteed max price. We're pretty confident that's probably a $4.5 million high water mark again. That doesn't start until year 3. So year 1 and 2 during construction, probably about $2.5 million. And also we contemplated in the 27 budget and budgets thereafter, but just want to get you guys some preliminary numbers on that. I'd say high water mark and that the $4.5 million is without any operational revenue. So as we generate some revenue during the operations of it, it'll offset some of that. That exact dollar amount, we don't know yet. But again, that's where I feel fairly confident saying that the high number is at $4.5 million. It'll be a landlord-tenant relationship, and so Buckingham is going to finance and construct and own the building throughout the 30-year lease. So we'll be a tenant of Buckingham's, and then at the end of the 30 years, the city will take ownership of the facility after that. So we're still working on getting guaranteed max price. They're finalizing numbers, but we're pretty confident of that number. And again, we'll bring that forward throughout the budget process for 27 and years beyond that. But that's the update I have for now on the field house. Any questions on that?
It's interesting. I had a call from one of our corporate citizens already wanting to talk about sponsorship of.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Pass along to Carrie and Scott.
Great. Yeah,
But, there's already interest for naming rights and things of that nature, which is great.
for sure. It's beautiful. Yeah. And I think from a financial aspect, that's fantastic. I think from a community aspect, it's going to be used hard, which is good, right? I was at the community center today for a meeting and that building is used, all day, all the time. I think it's going to be the same for the field house. So we're really excited about it.
Does John get the $67,000 fine?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Just not get that get that percentage cut. Like, I was like, that is evidently a very common sponsorship deal setup. Yeah. So, yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, that's, I think all we had, but like I said, when I talked to you, I kind of wanted to touch base on both these items since they were pretty important to everything, so.
Anything else for good and welfare? I will not be at the council meeting Monday. I am on vacation, so. So if you want to just chime in, just say these two items that are right on, so move on, appreciate that. Sure, we'll move on. So, if nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Do I have a second? I'll second it. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye, we adjourn. Have a good
Aye.